The Time of the Hunter's Moon, Victoria Holt. As much as I like the book, as much as I like the characters, as much as I like the story, though there is murder going on, but Cordelia and her Aunt Patty and Violet and Teresa and all of them are wonderful, and Daisy, and it's a good book. I found it started to drag again, just like the last one. Like the India fan, I really liked it too, but it started to drag a little. And I was kind of pushing through just past maybe about the halfway point of the book last time. And this time, I was kind of like flipping the pages, like, okay. Anyways, the problem is one part of this book. There's a part of this book that is such a huge turnoff. It's not even funny. Like, the rich estate owner's name is Jason. The main lady in this book is Cordelia. I rose, but he gripped my arm firmly and forced me to sit down. You know my problem. I need an heir, a son. I've heard that mentioned too. I want a son. I would marry you if you would give me a son. Oh, I understand now. You want proof before you commit yourself. How wise. Other people marry and hope for children, but that is not the way of the Veringers. Last name. Am I right? He was trying to... Okay. Anyways, he tries to force her. We'll call forth that wonderful, passionate woman. We'll let her sweep aside the prim schoolmaster. Cordelia teaches school. You will let me out of here at once. He shook his head. I have wanted you for a long time. I wanted you willing. Willing, she said. Do you think... He breaks in and says, once you really know how happy I can make you. Yes, but you are rather stubborn, aren't you? That schoolmistress facade is quite formidable. I began to see that I should have to help you break out of it. Okay, he's talking about rape here. Anyways, her hands are trembling and she can't get out of there. He says that she is an obsession to him. I want you, and if you are so stubborn as to turn away from what is the best thing for you, I shall have to insist on bringing you to reason again. He's talking about raping her at the moment. I hate you, can't you see that? And then when she cries out that she wants to get away, and if you dare touch me, you are acting like a criminal, and I shall see that you are punished for it. He says, what fire? What rage, Cordelia? You and I are lovers. And she says, haters for my part. And he says, if you're going to fight, fight. But you will soon see how much stronger I am than you. Come, let me take your coat. You're flushed and overheated. Anyway, so she starts to kick at him and try to get away from him. And he starts to laugh. And she says, are you really capable of this? I am not one of your servants, you know, nor one of your tenants who are afraid to stand up to you. My family will avenge this, and so will I. Rape is not within the law, even for men like you. He took my shoulders and laughed at me. And then he says how he'd lie. If she did that, he would just lie and say that she came to him willingly, that she provoked him and enticed him. So she says, you're a fiend. And he says, well, you were warned about me and my great ancestors. Anyway, she breaks away and it doesn't happen. But, I mean, this is a man who's going to rape her and he's not listening to her. And he's just saying that she's being silly and she has all this fire in her. If she would only let him show her. This is a young lady who just got out of a finishing school and has just got a job as a schoolmistress. You know, like she's a virgin. She went to an all-girls school. She works in an all-girls school. And the landowner that the school is on, decides that he wants her. And if she doesn't want him, he's just going to forcibly get her tricked her into getting into a room by herself with him, and now he's going to rape her. And then, I'm sorry to say, she ends up marrying him in the end. Yeah. And, okay, this is just unforgivable, and it wrecks the whole book. It is a good story. There is a good storyline to it. There is good characters to it. But, I mean, come on. She marries him in the end. Okay, this is a man who was going to force her. Anyways, he ends up having an accident in the end, and then she's like, oh, I realize that I can't get you out of my mind, that I truly do love you, and da-da-da-da-da. So, that wrecked the book for me. Book today, because, well, a little bit, but I've actually been watching a movie on, it's one of the Hallmark movies, and Hallmark Great Movies 2017. It's called Rose, or I forget, but the girl in it's called Mary Rose Claiborne. I don't know if you've seen it. It's just, I think actually I did watch it once before, quite a while ago, but I've been really getting caught up with this Mary Rose. I'm getting it backwards. But Mary Rose in the story, and the man who loves her and the man she loves, and it's a romance, obviously, but it's got a lot more to it, and it's a good movie, even though sometimes the Hallmark movies are a little cheesy, but it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. It's a cowboy movie. Not very far into this book, Cordelia Grant has parents who are missionaries in Africa. And her parents do not feel that Africa is a place for her to be, so they send her to her Aunt Patty's. Now, Aunt Patty has an all-girls school, not the Abbey, and she feels that she wants to send Cordelia to Europe to attend a really good all-girls school. I know, sounds confusing. It's not confusing. You have to read the book. So Cordelia goes to this very highly renowned all-girls school in Europe, and I can't say the name of it. I mean, goodness sake, this Schaffenbrücken, yeah, in Europe. And anyways, and she's suspected to come back to her Aunt Patty's to teach. Now, her parents live in Africa. They're missionaries. They send her back to, I believe it's England, to be with her Aunt Patty. And her Aunt Patty is a wonderful person, but sends her to Europe, to Schaffenbrücken, to have a wonderful education, to teach at Aunt Patty's school, but then Aunt Patty runs into financial difficulties and she can't keep her school open. So then Cordelia goes to Daisy, who runs the Abbey Academy for young ladies, who she leases it from Verringers. Oh, brother, I'm sorry. These names. Anyways, quite interesting. And there is also a very mysterious man involved, because Cordelia meets a man while she's at school, but he doesn't seem to be around much unless she's alone. And she actually goes to the place where he says he's from, but the manor that he says he is from has actually burned down. Compton Manor in Croston. She gets a train to Bury St. Edmunds. Anyways, it turns out that where the man says he's from has actually burned down a long time ago. So I'm thinking that maybe, obviously, it sounds like he is a ghost, and for some reason he has come back to see her and is now in her life. But I'm not sure why, because as I say, I'm not very far in this book. So I will be back about more from this book.